Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Fire Boss gets to brag about major fleet order. A true Air Force legend, Brigadier General Charles McGee interred at Arlington. Buttigieg threatens federal action against airlines. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Fire Boss gets to brag about major fleet order. At this year's Aerial Firefighting Conference in Nimes, France, Fire Boss LLC signed a historic fleet order with Air Tractor Europe. The Fire Boss is a modified AT-802F manufactured by Air Tractor. The order consists of 8 Fire Bosses with an option for an additional 8. The first delivery is scheduled for late 2022. Raphael Selma, General Director of Air Tractor Europe, said, quote, "We at Air Tractor Europe were the early adopters of the Fire Boss. Since 2003, we have delivered over 75 across Europe. With this order, we are positioned to further expand into markets that recognize the advantage of initial attack and want lower operating costs than other scooper tankers in the market," end quote. Quote, "This unprecedented order solidifies acceptance of the initial attack strategy for aerial firefighting in Europe. It is the economic and ecological choice to successfully combat wildfires," end quote, said Clint E. Cluat, Vice President of Marketing and Sales for Fire Boss LLC, followed by Stephen Johnson, Global Sales Director for Fire Boss LLC. Quote, "Our partner, Air Tractor Europe, is leading the way for the success of the Fire Boss in this territory and are key to new countries utilizing this efficient platform." And after the break, STC approved for Hartzell's M20M TLS Bravo replacement propeller.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. STC approved for Hartzell's M20M TLS Bravo replacement propeller. A supplemental type certificate has been approved to replace Macaulay propellers on Mooney M20M TLS Bravo series single-engine aircraft with Hartzell propellers 75-inch diameter 3-bladed aluminum props. Airplanes covered by the STC are powered by TIO 540 AF1A and TIO 540 AF1B turbocharged Lycoming Sabre engines. Hartzell President J.J. Frigge states, quote, "Installing Hartzell's scimitar-style prop covered by this STC delivers 8 to 10% improvement in climb performance, a 2 to 3 knot increase in cruise, and looks terrific on the ramp coupled with Mooney's signature tail," end quote. Stratolaunch flight testing program pushes forward. Stratolaunch has announced the completion of the 7th flight test of Rock, the company's aerial launch vehicle and world's largest flying aircraft. In its latest Mojave test flight, Rock remained aloft just over 3 hours and reached an altitude of 27,000 feet, a new record for the aircraft. Following a less than perfect 6th flight that was cut short following atypical in-flight vibrations and the failure of a wing sensor, the 7th flight succeeded in expanding Rock's flight envelope, subsequent the addition of an 8,000-pound, 14-foot pylon to the immense aircraft's 95-foot center wing section. Radar-Altimeter concerns linger as 5G rollout looms. In a bid to avoid potential disruptions in air travel, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has urged the chief executives of major U.S. airlines to exponentially address risks posed by the imminent rollout of nationwide 5G wireless networks. Acting FAA Administrator Billy Nolan said in a letter that AT&T and Verizon, after previously delaying plans to do so, are looking to boost C-band 5G services around some airports by July. Concerns that the 5G service could interfere with radio-altimeters led to disruptions at some U.S. airports earlier this year. Sierra Space to open astronaut training center. Sierra Space, the American privately held aerospace and national security contractor specializing in aircraft modification and integration, space components, and systems, is creating an astronaut training program comprising a commercial human spaceflight training center and astronaut training academy at its offices at the Kennedy Space Center. The program, which will be headed up by former NASA astronaut and Sierra Space President Janet Kavandi, will recruit, train, and prepare an astronaut corps requisite the commercialization of space. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. A true Air Force legend, Brigadier General Charles McGee, interred at Arlington. Brigadier General Charles E. McGee, one of the original Tuskegee Airmen and Air Force legend, was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, June 17th. Along with his family and distinguished guests, many senior military leaders attended the service to bid a final farewell to the historic figure. McGee's aviation career began on October 26, 1942, after he enlisted in the U.S. Army as a pilot. He would fly 108 combat missions throughout Europe during World War II. During this time, he and other Tuskegee Airmen distinguished themselves through their combat proficiency and competence. With over 6,800 flying hours, McGee's career spanned 30 years and 3 different wars: World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. His decorations for outstanding service include the Distinguished Flying Cross, Legion of Merit, Bronze Star, Air Medal, and the Presidential Unit Citation. In 2007, the Tuskegee Airmen were presented the Congressional Gold Medal by former President George W. Bush, and in 2011, McGee was enshrined in the National Aviation Hall of Fame. For his efforts during and after his military service, McGee was promoted to the rank of Brigadier General at the age of 100. McGee passed away January 16, 2022, at the age of 102. And after these messages, Buttigieg threatens federal action against airlines.
Pilot Communications USA is proud to introduce our latest headsets, the Carbon A1 Active Noise Reduction and the Carbon P1 Passive Headset. Carbon fiber makes our headsets 30% lighter than others, which significantly reduces pilot fatigue. Our BlueLink hand control unit allows you to connect 2 devices at the same time, and the record out capability can send audio to an onboard camera or digital recorder. Get the headset that's so light you may forget you're wearing one at pilot-usa.com.
Whether you're charting a steady course or pushing for the ceiling, Hartzell Propeller has been elevating flight for over 100 years. It's in our passion for engineering and research. It's in our dedication to testing the limits of performance and creating propellers that are as safe as they are sexy. Now, together with our dedicated family of companies, we're propelling the future of aviation. We are Hartzell Propeller, built on honor.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Welcome back. Buttigieg threatens federal action against airlines. The federal government could take action against U.S. airlines on behalf of customers, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg said Saturday. After months of indifference to mounting public outcry over canceled flights and slow refunds, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, the day after his own flight from Washington, D.C. to New York was canceled, threatened federal action against U.S. airlines on behalf of customers. Buttigieg, a former Democratic presidential candidate, said his department has the authority to enforce action against airlines that do not sufficiently maintain consumer protection standards, potentially requiring them to hire more staff. Air travel has recovered faster than expected from pandemic lows, leaving airlines scrambling to hire pilots and other workers to replace employees they short-sightedly prevailed upon to quit in the early days of the COVID debacle. In an interview with the Associated Press, Buttigieg adroitly articulated, quote, "That is happening to a lot of people, and that is exactly why we are paying close attention here to what can be done and how to make sure that the airlines are delivering," end quote. Buttigieg states he's pushing airlines to stress test their summer schedules for purpose of ensuring planned flights can be operated at current staffing levels. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne. And don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.